Perfect hear the people earlier, Mecca. Perfect give yourself wudu, Mecca. Bismillahi wudu in the tub. Outside, quibbling. Perfect find the brush, Mecca. Yeah, I left that there last night. Here's the part here we gotta do. You are so intent on catching this. Good, Mecca. Wallahi, years. Like for years. Clean enough to pray. Alhamdulillah. 7:13. 1 hour and 14 minutes left. I slept 7 hours. I feel great. Okay. You want to make intention to pray? I and who else who are part of what prayer? The prayer of the non-mutually exclusive, non-linear, converging upon itself and turning inside out to what degree as it does to reverse the direction of infinity from inwards to outwards. Bismillahi. Bismillahi. I and who else who are part of what prayer line or prayer lines and possibly part of what Hajj group or Hajj groups, if I and who else are physically and financially able, now rejoin the intention to make or make up what prayer or prayers. The prayer of the pre-dawn's early light Fajr prayer for November 5th, 2013. Yeah, am I and who else clean enough to pray? Yeah. Do I and who else know what time it is? 7:15, 7:23. The last prayer I and who else made was prayer last night. Alhamdulillah, hallelujah. The next prayer I and who else need to make is Zuhr prayer. After Zenith, Zuhr prayer today. This will be a 2-unit prayer. That means I'll say our Lord's Prayer, Surah Al-Fatiha, the Amidah, twice before I ask for anything for myself. I can now make my call to prayer, find my prayer spot, see with whom I'm praying, address God, and begin my prayer. Okay. clean enough to pray. No, the last prayer I made. Next prayer I need to make. The direction I need to face in for this prayer. Clean enough to pray. Now, the direction I need to face in for this prayer. East, northeast, towards the west, northwest wall. We haven't eaten yet. Playing getting wild in the cold weather. Mecca, 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 put on your leash. Take yourself out. Put it on. Public Health and Safety Day. Pretty warm. Good. I need my coat. Too small. Scarf. Hunger. That would be good to eat. Gloves. I've seen those in the recent past. Long leash. One glove. So typical. Stuff in there. Let's see the gloves. I saw them a while ago. Wow. Keys. Good, perfect dress for success, who? Mecca, you're intentionally it's a revolutionary movement. Cops in the streets, not on the sidewalk. Cops in the streets, period. The sidewalks for the people, we the people. Many people. Number 43 is doing a good job this morning, checking out the traffic. Maybe waiting for an arrival, it looks like. And sure enough, there's who arriving. Maybe Justice Ginsburg. And we weren't at attention, I guess, is what I should think about, sitting and being able to pose for anybody, not simply a limousine. A nice pose, a set of yoga model. Okay, good, Mecca. Stop. Sit. 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 It's tough to sit. There you go. Oh, it's not in your nature to sit here, huh? It helps you be under control more. People understand that. You understand it. Okay, ready? Sit. Sit. Good. There. You want to simply walk, huh? Where are you going? Over to here? As long as there are no cars coming, you're okay. Good morning. Oh, how are you? Good morning, Chris. Happy Public Health and Safety Day.
What?
Happy Public Health and Safety Day every Tuesday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a good day to participate with your public health and safety workers. So yesterday I learned that more fire drills for all the different occupations would let us have powwows about civil defense. There was a fire drill here at the Adams building. Did you know about that?
Yep.
Did it go well for them, can you say?
Yeah. We're pretty good with our fire drills up here.
What made me wonder was the hard hat guy sitting there, nothing to do, and all the employees kind of using it for a social break. We could have civil defense tests like DMV tests for driver license. You get a key for a civil defense car, be left empty like this car. And then if there's an emergency, the electronics would activate the lock so that people with the keys that had qualified anybody could get in and drive it, who was near it, to help work with the experts.
Yeah.
You guys. I learned to add the word "with the experts" yesterday. Hi, how are you? You remind me of Virginia. How's your long room and big screen working out?
Good.
I see ads in the comics section for big screen TVs, and I think late at night wondering what's Chris watching on his. Good for you, Mecca. You brought us right over here. I was going to go some other way. Here's another dog. Okay, be calm. Be calm. Be calm. In the morning, you tend to get kind of barky.
That dog's just ready to go get his ball.
Yeah.
He's here every morning.
Good teamwork. Families. Value. Independence. And teamwork. Isn't that right, Mecca?
I remember calling today and going to take my dogs to the vet. It's their yearly checkup.
Yeah.
Rabies vaccine, which they're changing on me.
New kind of vaccine?
No, they're, well, it's kind of new. It's the 3-year vaccine, rabies vaccine.
Yeah.
From what I'm told is everybody's switching over to 3 years, no longer going to be the 1 year.
Huh.
So they found out is even the 1 year, they've been doing blood tests and they're still finding it 3 years later in the dog system. So they're saying the 1 year is not needed. They can just do the 3 years.
Great.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's saved 2 trips to the vet. Constantly interrupted.
They do that and update their license.
Slice what?
Their license.
Oh, their license, yeah.
It's only $5 a year for each dog, so it's not too bad.
It's 15 in DC, and 50 if your dog's not spayed or neutered.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of the opposite of the marriage tax or something, where you get a break for having kids.
Yeah, PG County, it's $5 for fixed dogs, and I think it's 15 for non. Might be 30. But my girls are fixed, so it's only $5 each.
It's kind of discriminatory against people who want to have puppies.
Well, it also it helps out to have dogs spayed and neutered, because there's too many dogs that just go out and they end up getting pregnant, and then the people just give them up and put them in a pound or have to get rid of them. There's plenty of dogs in the pound that need.
Yeah, but that's what China does, and we all object, and that's what the Supreme Court case about Roe versus Wade is all about.
True.
And here we're supporting it for the poor dogs. Women's rights, reproductive rights. A compromise I thought of, have a pen pal system for people who have dogs that are spayed or neutered, so they can buddy up with breeders.
Yeah. That's what I get. It usually costs me about $200 to go to the animal shelter, because I drive up there. I don't mail the license in. I go online and see what supplies they need from volunteers, and I'll go out and buy. Like last year, I bought hoses, and some different dog foods and stuff for them, because dogs need it. It's a shame, because if they're not adopted, they're put down. That's the bad part about these shelters.
Yeah, there's some no-kill shelters, but most of them, I guess, if they're not adopted, they're euthanized. Yeah.
So I donate a bunch of stuff to them. Might save one dog's life.
Yeah. I guess people get separated from their. If the people were closer to their dogs, like I have to be with Mecca almost all the time because when I leave Mecca alone in the room, Mecca bark, 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 and I'm not sure. I might have a legal right to do that, but medically, the dog's supposed to be with me to run beside the bicycle with me, which I don't have this morning. I got to look for that bike lock. As a matter of fact, I lost the bike lock in the lawn here. The lawnmower hit that thing; it'd be all over.
I think they've been mowing for the year.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think so, but you never know. They
might come around for leaves though. So
yeah, something might hit it.
Then we're really in trouble.
Yeah. Be calm. Here's a lab. Be calm. Hi. Be calm, Mecca. Be calm. Be calm. That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Mecca. That's your early morning let's party bark. And that's the problem. The person can lose control of their dog, and then the dog could get hit by a car. See, you gotta be calm. So sit. You gotta be calm. That's why I picked you up the first time. And you did a great job when I picked you up. The second time you went into your early morning, let's make sure we own this place bark. And who may intentionally let go of the leash to teach you a lesson, and me. One time a little girl, guy's dog got off a leash 10 years ago, and the dog was running. The girl was afraid, and she, here you go, Mecca, come here. That's good. Be calm. Good. And the girl ran in the street and got hit by a car, killed. So even though your dog might have a good temperament, the people can be afraid of the dog. And simply a bark like that's got so much energy and it borders on aggressive, I guess you would say it is aggressive. Only animals that show aggression mate for life. And then someone who's not used to dogs, they could feel afraid even though you have the dog on a 2-foot leash. And no one should have to, well, I don't know, some of these cars and trucks are pretty big, these muscle cars, the big buses and trucks.
Yeah, like a truck like mine's not easy to stop.
Yeah, there was a comic about the bus doesn't stop here anymore, it just slows down and you have to jump on. Yeah, there's some big vehicles showing up.
Well, I'm not getting the Hoy out front of it, where I'm getting it to the point where I can jump out of the way.
Well, you need a button that you push that stops. You just push the button and it stops their ability to proceed. Yeah.
That's what the guy in the booth's for. Push that emergency up and that truck will stop.
Evidently one of our own cars took out one of the barriers though, and the lady...
The barrier took out the car. The barrier was fine.
How exactly did the woman get up the hill?
That's the big question. Well, they didn't know she... From what I'm told is the person's working the checkpoint didn't know she was being chased. Because if you look at the video, when she goes in the peace circle, only one car gets behind her. By the time she gets up around that corner, He didn't give him enough warning that she's coming.
So separation of powers in all things except, good morning, communications. Mecca, you want to play, you're doing better. You're not barking this time. You sort of, that's your first bark of the morning, like some people have their first cup of coffee. That's your first bark of the day. Then you calm down. Yeah, only animals that show aggression mate for life. Conrad Lawrence wrote a book about that. He studied all the different animals to find where they started to stay together for their lifetime. Fish, they would fertilize any eggs they found, and then caribou or somebody. The gray-lag geese were the first, the tropical fish were the first ones that mated for life. They'd swim right at each other like they were going to eat each other and veer off at the last moment and mate. So this domestic violence thing is really primal. It goes way back.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. The way I kind of construed it after talking with 2 or 3 officers over there by the barricade that night was that our car had hit it and somehow disabled it, and that the other car had gotten through.
No,
but
he didn't hit that. She was already the whole way up the top of the hill when he hit it.
So if you can't...
Because I could tell that they weren't emergency up. They were just putting them up. Because the emergency up puts them all at the same time. And those are rising one at a time coming across. So that means he went bop, 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 bop. We control each of the barriers individually, or emergency up puts them all up at the same time. So those are coming up individually.
I see, yep. So the Secret Service didn't notify USCP early enough.
Well, radio communications is
228-2800, put up your barricades! Oh, hi, you want to play? No, you don't. Okay. Mecca, you're so wound up in the morning. People, yeah, what is that? What is that? You're so wound up in the morning. Yeah, there's a canine, Hi. How come you're like that in the morning? Is that something from the boarding kennel that you learned? Is that something from the boarding kennel? Huh? They would have said hi if you'd been more calm, I think. They look like good people. Huh? You gotta be calm with the other dogs, Mecca. You gotta be calm. You're in your hunting mode.
those harnesses that she has.
Pardon?
Did you see the harness that she has on that dog?
No, I didn't, Chris.
It helps you to control the dog a little easier. It basically goes like his vest.
Yep.
Or her vest. And what it does is when it pulls the legs in.
Huh.
So she doesn't have the pull on the front end of her.
Huh.
I think I got one at the house. I'll bring it in one day.
Okay.
Try it on her, see how she likes it.
As long as it doesn't affect the hip joint.
Nope, doesn't affect the hips.
Or the shoulder joint.
Yeah, it's actually better for them because it doesn't put any stress on the neck.
Yeah.
It just puts it on. It puts them around the shoulders, but it doesn't put stress on them. It just puts a little bit of tension because it pulls a little bit on the shoulders and down on the chest.
But it pulls the legs in towards each other?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a kind of weird thing. I'll check.
It's kind of weird, but I had a dog that I was watching for a girl. She actually gave me the dog. She ended up taking it back because it was trained better because I took time with it. But I was having trouble with him walking. He was a puller. And I put that harness on him. That's why I have it. And within 2 days, that dog was walking beside me. And he couldn't pull because when it pulls in on the chest a little bit,
yeah,
it doesn't collapse their breathing, but it restricts it just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
They don't like that, so it pulls them back.
Uh-huh.
But it trains them to stay beside them. And then within a week, I was able to switch back to that kind of breathing. He would stay right beside me.
That might be a good way to do it.
I'll bring it in one of these days. I'll dig it out.
Yeah, thanks. I have some radio collars up in Maine, in a trunk in Maine. I wanted to get voice control. But this morning barking thing is I don't know what.
Yeah, it doesn't harm the dog, but it teaches them.
Yeah.
My Toro was about her size, so.
Yeah, we try to say the name rather than the pronoun because there's so much gender discrimination. And no civilians thought to call 228-2800 as they witnessed it. And, hey, they're headed your way. How many minutes did it take for them, the woman, I don't know the name, to drive from...
That was the thing, is their communication should have got with our communications as soon as they started chasing it.
Yeah.
It was headed this way.
Yeah. Probably took them, what, a matter of minutes, less than 5 minutes to get from there to there.
That's the scary part, is people don't realize how fast things happen. When it's on the news, it looks like it took 20 minutes for everything to happen. And it took less than 10. From the time she started till the time she was stopped up here.
Wow. Good morning. The judge stopped the court order in New York for the police to record their interactions when they do a stop and frisk. The appeals court overruled the lower court judge because the lower court judge had talked to the media, and they said that it somehow violated judicial standards.
It doesn't matter. The NSA is listening to everything we talk about.
Yeah, really. Why doesn't the U.S. Post Office give us a database we can build ourselves so we have a record of every letter and phone call we've made to the government for us with postmarks on it that may prove it's a valid... I can't see this thing. Wow. Hello, United States Department of Agriculture. Would you like this call recorded? Why? So I can send it to any address that I think needs to be notified so your problem will be able to be solved. Okay. I wanted to find out. This is Mecca, an Afghan hound service canine. Mecca's predecessor, Bigwig, earned these patches. Over a period of time, I trained Bigwig well enough so that the different organizations wanted Bigwig to have the patches.
Good.
So Mecca is the successor and growing into it.
Doggy.
Thanks for your good vibes. Mecca, hold on a second. Wow, I want to see this thing. Hold on, Mecca. Wow, I want to see this thing. There it is. Oh, I got Dog hair all over me, Mecca. I gotta change clothes.